As we say hello from the virtual Darlington Raceway here for week 10 here of season 11 for the iSNF Cup Series here for the Throwback 250. Hello, my name is Christian Delgado, alongside here for the pre-race, Ria Ferris up here inside the HVTV booth. And Ria, obviously a throwback weekend tonight, a lot of special paints and a lot to go through here in this pre-race.
Indeed, yes, it's one of my favorite events. I know former broadcaster, former late broadcaster Tony Trapasso, rest in peace. This was his favorite race to broadcast. So it's going to be fun from the booth side for sure, as we are going to race number 10 on the schedule here of season 11, and we're winding down the regular season already, as we only have about let's see, counting this one, 3 races, because we're off for Easter on the 4th. We have only this race and 2 more before the postseason begins. So A lot of drivers out here on that bubble. Take a look at your point standings and see exactly where your favorite driver is. But there's a lot of drivers, including myself, on that bubble looking to try to point their way in still. And you know, like we said at the beginning of the season, we are following NASCAR's new format. So the win and you're in is no longer a thing here in iSNF as well. So a lot of drivers are looking to try to salvage as much as they can of their regular season here before we head off into postseason. But going over some quick. I know you're going to be showing the point standings, but you know, and those are a lot of the full-time drivers there that are on that screen. So people look out for some of those guys. I know a couple of them are out of provisionals, and some of them have subs tonight. Which sub points don't matter when it comes to the regularly assigned driver, but we do have quite a few subs out there. To mention, Gavin Austin's in for Kyle Williams tonight. Justin Barkley's in for Chuck Cobb. Jimmy Johnson's back in the seat in the 10 car for Phil Manzo. Isaac Wilson's in for Thomas Flynn today. Thomas Flynn does still have another provisional, so he may actually maintain that lead in the point standings. Sartaj Mann is in for Chris Van Maastricht in the 38. Josh Grasso's in for Martin Roberg in the 43 car. Austin Reedy is in for Frank DeAngelis in the 47. Brian Treadwell in for Scott Trusty in the 51, and Angel Hernandez is in the 54 for Alyssa. So we will have 183 laps to do today. That is typical, and we are normally able to get that allotted distance in our scheduled time limit. It may be close. It may be something to keep a lookout for as we wind down toward the end of the race to see where we're at on time versus distance, because that could play a factor in some strategies there late in the race. 250 miles, which is half distance from the normal, and it is about 50 miles more than our normal as well here in iSNF. Reason being is because this is replicating the Darlington Southern 500 in a sense. We only run it once a season, so we're kind of meeting it halfway, if you will. There is a 21x limit tonight instead of 17 because of those extra 50 miles. No fast repair still though. 60% fuel as usual, and only we do get 5 sets of tires instead of 4 for this one because of that extra mileage. We do only average, let's see, we only average 10 cautions in this race. So I'm hoping, and that's with stage break. So I'm hoping for the best, Christian, that we have some long green flags. I have a feeling that that's going to happen about halfway out. We might be a little caution heavy in the beginning, but once people hit that 21X and they start DQing for ice cream, I think that's going to change the layout of this race altogether. We do have a hometown hero by the name of Charles Roberson. He's driving that number 11 car out there. He's from Knightsville, South Carolina, and he has yet to win at this track, at his home track. So that's probably a notch he wants to, get in his belt for sure. Mark Gonzalez is your defending race winner. He's driving that number 2 car today. We are looking at hot, slick temperatures, Christian. It's super hot out there, mid 80s, mid to upper 80s. It will cool down as it starts to transition into nightfall later on. There might be some more grip at that point of the race. So that's yet another piece of the strategy and the puzzle to kind of look out for. Now, since it is a throwback race, Christian, I'm excited to kind of go over a little bit of a cars tour here for you with the amount of time that we got left, which is not a whole heck of a lot, but we can try to start with the 1 car. I don't know how we're gonna, we'll have to just kind of follow it along here. I'll just lead you. So that is a Steve Park car from the early 2000s. I want to say right around maybe that 0203 mark when he drove for DEI. So that's a pretty cool car. We got Will Austin is not currently on track, but He's driving the good. See the Good Wrench. Actually, I think it's a Wrangler and Good Wrench number 3 scheme. I don't know where he. Oh, he's in what car 10. Where did he go? I saw him.
I see Will in the 3 machine as well. I just
Oh,
he doesn't have
okay.
he just put that car in the garage. It looks like so.
Okay. Yeah, and then we have the number 4 Ward Burton State Water Heaters car from the mid 2000s. Steven Sears rocking a Terry, I think it's a Terry Labonte number 5. That is a Star Wars scheme. I really like that one. That one's pretty cool looking. We have car number 6, which is driven by Justin Barkley, subbing for Chuck Cobb tonight. That's a Mark Martin Valvoline ride. We got Terrence Preston and a Jeff Bodine throwback. That's a Philips electricity and light bulbs car from the late 90s. We have the number 9 driven by Chris Otto, and that is a Casey Kane mid 2000s, just right after Bill Elliott and when Ray Evernham owned that car. We have Charles Roberson in an early Denny Hamlin. Like, this is when he like first got his ride at JGR, and it was kind of, it might be his second season with JGR. So that's a really, really early one. I like that. We have the number 12 Altel Ford driven by Cody Meadows. That is a Ryan Newman throwback from 2006. It's one of my favorites because Altel doesn't exist anymore. We have the 16 out there. This is another one of my favorites on track today. The Cheez-It car, the Cheez-It Chevrolet, honoring, of course, the late Greg Biffle. So really cool to see that car today. And then we move on to Emily Urias. She's driving the number 19 Jeremy Mayfield Mountain Dew. And it says Toyota on the side, but the painter put that just because that was what he was painting it on. But it's really, it was supposed to say Dodge. But anyway, that's a cool looking car. I remember the commercials from back in the day too. They were a lot of fun. Number 20 of Nicholas Johnson. He's driving a, looks like a mid 2000s Tony Stewart. This was before he became owner and driver of the 14 team and all that. So this was back in his Joe Gibbs days as well. So really cool to see that one. Myself, I am in the 21 car. This is a 1968 Cale Yarborough Wood Brothers machine, Ford. My grandfather worked at Ford Motor Company during that era, and he actually helped build the engines for Wood Brothers and sent them down to Stewart, Virginia to have installed in these cars. So in a sense, I'm racing a simulation version of one of my grandfather's engines that he helped build for the Wood Brothers. So I feel as though this one's really, really special to me. Justin L. Johnson, he is driving the number 22 Maxwell House Ford. This is I think it's a Sterling Marlin 22. A lot of different drivers drove this car in that point, but I believe that is a Sterling Marlin. The 23 I'm not seeing on track at the moment. I think he stepped aside in the garage. Number 24, Isaac Wilson subbing for Thomas Flynn today. In the T-Rex DuPont number 24 Chevrolet, Jeff Gordon throwback. This car was actually banned and became illegal after it ran in real life because of an illegal chassis setup and engine drivetrain. So kind of comical to see that on there. The 29 car is actually the 97. He doesn't own a Ford, so he had to run a Chevy. This was kind of a last minute throwback, but number 29, Robert Presley, a Scooby-Doo car from the Cartoon Network. That's a super fun one to see on track. Number 34, Wendell Scott. Eugene Thorne is sporting the number 34 Wendell Scott. Of course, one of the NASCAR Hall of Fame inductees. And we have James Bowles driving the Todd Bodine Tabasco Fiasco number 35 from back in the early 2000s, I do believe. Sartaj Mann is driving a Elliott Sadler number 38 M&Ms. That's a really cool one. And we got I'm kind of going fast here because we are winding down practice, Christian. So I'm going to do the best I can. Number 41, Bob Wyckoff. He's driving a Ricky Craven throwback for that Kodiak scheme. That's from, I believe, the mid 90s. Parker Standrit is driving a Marty Robbins throwback, number 42. So, anyway, qualifying is about to start. Off the top of my head, I know the number 54 I do want to mention for sure, Angel Hernandez. That car is special to iSNF because that is a Lenny Pond throwback from the 1960s. That is former iSNF driver Casey Tomlinson's grandfather is Lenny Pond. So that's a throwback to a former driver here in iSNF. So I did want to at least mention that before I click off here, Christian, but I hope it's a really good race. Hope it's fun. Hope we get out of here on time before your next event if you have one scheduled, and hopefully it's a good, clean race and super fun for your spectators out there. And do me a favor, fans. Type in the comment section down there. What was your favorite paint scheme shown here tonight? I'd like to know. It would be kind of cool. So we will see you later, Christian. It was a pleasure. Sorry I have to run, but I'm going to try to put this car in qualifying session here. So
Well, we appreciate your time up here in the booth here. We wish you good luck here in the Throwback 250.
appreciate it.
We always appreciate Rhea making her way up here and, you know, giving us some info about these drivers. Obviously, really cool to see that these throwback cars up on track. We do have a little bit of a different aesthetic here for the sim. The throwback weekend, I feel like we can, you know, do a little bit something different. So, Jeff Gordon paint, yeah, that's a really good one. We'll continue to look and see who's fastest here on the board. Looks like currently Josh Grosso making his second start here in season 11. Obviously, won at North Wilkesboro in a different machine, but right now currently top of the board right there, 43 machine at 29.05. We continue to look at some drivers making some laps. Gavin Austin out on the track. Made a select couple starts here in the iSNF Cup Series here. His first season here in iSNF, and look out for this driver to, you know, be quick here to put a good lap time down here. Really good into qualifying. Really good at, you know, getting the most out of the cars here in these single lap performances. But see what Gavin can do here coming out of 3 and 4 into the outside wall. I don't know if that's going to count, as it's not. But smartly enough, I think this is not. That was his out lap, I think, maybe. So he's going to actually park that thing down there and try to go another time. But here comes Mark Gonzalez in the number 2 Miller Lite machine. Obviously, we know this machine, well known for Rusty Wallace, right? Drove this in black and gold number 2 back in the 90s. So Mark won out. I feel like this is one of his best tracks is here at Darlington. This is a very driver track, and Mark, one of the, you know, more talented drivers that consistently show up here in the iSNF Cup Series as of recent. So we'll see what Mark can do here in this number 2 machine. Mark Gonzalez for 3 and 4. This complete his first lap. Mark. I mean, he might have hit the wall there. I didn't really see anything wrong with that lap, but Matt Metler in the 44. York Racing Machine. Matt out of turn 4. Oh, that's a blink there. I don't know if that's going to count. Usually when you blink as well, sometimes iRacing doesn't like to allow that lap time. And I think that's exactly what happened with the 44. No one else out on track right now. So look at the top of the board here. Gavin Austin actually goes P7 now. Good, decent lap out of the number 4 machine. But there you go. Josh Grosso, Will Austin in the 3 machine. We didn't get to see him. We'll get to see that machine that Rio was talking about earlier in the pre-race, looking through schemes. Once we get ready to get going here, we'll see all these cars get down the pit side here and get ready to go green here from Darlington. So a little bit of a race rundown here. Your race info for tonight's race. 183 laps here from Darlington Raceway for 250 miles lap and stage breaks here on lap 50 and lap 100. 60% fuel. So that's going to be a big talking point, is if they can make it throughout these stages. 5 extra sets of tires on top of the 5 extra sets. So 6 total that the tires, you see realistic weather. 0 fast repairs here for tonight's race. But got a decent amount of cars out here. Let's go ahead and get your starting lineup here, presented by High Velocity TV. See who's going to start where for tonight's race. We're starting up front is going to be Josh Grosso with that 20.048 alongside Will Austin in that 3 machine. Justin L. Johnson in the 22 alongside Craig Lartenslaughter. Good couple of races for him in that number 77 machine. Sarchaz Mann in the 38. Look for him to be a dark horse here as he makes his first start here in season 11. Nicholas Johnson in the 20 going to be back there rounding out row 3. Gavin Austin back there in P7. Angel Hernandez, 3-time Cup Series champion, back there in row 8. Cody Meadows back there in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Gabe Ledger in that 8 machine. Isaac Wilson in the 24 will be P11, and P12 will go to Christopher Walker in that number 84 Legacy Motor Club machine. Back there in P13, it's going to be Joey Maines in the 48. Steven Sear, his teammate, rounding out that row. Number 7, Emily Urias in the 19, alongside Parker Stranger in the 42. Chris Bishop in the 71. Blake Hullett in the 45. James Bowles in the 35, alongside Rodney Roberts, rounds out your top 20. Joseph Barkley in the 6 will be 21st, alongside Rhea Ferris in that 21 machine. 23rd will go to Eric Jorgensen, alongside Mike Iskandar in that Trackhouse number 1. Austin Reedy, all these guys in the back decided not to set a lap time, or made a mistake on their qualifying effort, did not get a lap time set. Austin Reedy in the 47 will be 25th, alongside Mark Gonzalez in the 2. A big uphill battle for that 2 to get up towards the front again. And Chris Otto will be 27th, alongside Jason Steptoe in the 23. Charles Roberson in the 11, hometown hero, in the start P29. Terrence Preston in the 7 will be your top 30. Eugene Thorne, Jeff Weimer, Don Blazier, Brian Treadwell, Matt Medler, and David Anderson. And you see right here, 37th will go to Shane Johnson. Bob Wyckoff will start tail end of the field here in that Haas Factory team number 41. It'll be interesting who can take advantage here at the start here. Maybe gain some track position. We'll talk about this while we wait on everybody to go green. A new horsepower package, a new really package here for this Darlington Raceway. NASCAR announced that, for any track underneath a 1.5 miles, they would bump up the horsepower to 750 horsepower. And also the rear diffuser is going away here for all these short track packages and for the road courses as well. Obviously, we're not here at a road course. We're here at Darlington Raceway here in South Carolina. But definitely going to be interesting to see. Obviously, a big change for these Cup cars. It's going to be a lot more difficult to see who can, for these drivers to make it work. It'll be interesting to see who can adapt to this new, shorter track / road course package here with the more horsepower, a little bit less downforce on top of the dirty air. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously, remember, we have those stages on lap 50, lap 100, and we'll round out your race there for 183 laps, unless we get those going in NASCAR overtime. We get 3 attempts at NASCAR overtime, but that's not something we need to talk about now. We haven't even started the race yet. But you will see a Toyota Chevy front row is the 43 of Grosso alongside Will Austin in that Dale Earnhardt throwback scheme there on that top side. But you do see the lights off on the pace car. I'll take the hard left turn down Perry Road. We'll be getting ready to go 183 laps here from Darlington, South Carolina for the Throwback 250. And the race back over the barn near the flagman. And we're going to be going green here for week 10 of the iSNF Cup Series. Through turns 1, 3, and 4 for the final time. Actually, give it to the 3. Will Austin will lead your first lap here from Darlington. Will Austin makes that pass on the high side, was able to get that car right on the right rear quarter panel of that 43, was able to keep it high and tidy up on that high side. He'll take the race lead away from Josh Grosso. You see Justin L. Johnson battling with Gavin Austin as Gavin's already made his way up several spots up here inside this top 3. Caution will wave. But Justin Steptoe entered Perry Road. We'll see if maybe he had an incident here early in this race. Like he just came down Perry Road all on his own. I don't see anybody who is slow or parking it on track here. See, maybe we can go on board with maybe like someone like Brian Treadwell. See if he could show us potentially what happened. Eugene Thorne, maybe. See what happened. Huh, very confusing. Obviously, I don't see anything over here on live timing and scoring that showed me that anybody wrecked, so very interesting. Here, the start. Week 10 here for the iSNF Cup Series is caution will wave. Drivers coming down Perry Road. That's Gabe Ledger in the 8. Maybe Gabe could show us what happened here. If we could maybe see if Gabe could show us. He's got a little bit of damage here. Also, it's about 35 down Perry Road, I believe. Maybe this was after the wreck. They could see, look and see. I mean, there's some damage to that 8. We saw it. See if we can find maybe where this caution came here. I think they're already pacing here. Yeah, very interesting stuff. We're trying to find the wreck for you guys, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to grab it. You already see the pace car lights are off. We'll get ready to go side by side once again. We're trying to find that caution. We could not find anything. Looks like Brian Treadwell Jason Steptoe down pit side. They're probably going to go a lap down here, as they already have gotten a lap down, as well as no. I think maybe the 7 was, but no. 7's still on the lead lap here. Again, 1 to go here under caution. It'll be once again another battle here for this 43 and this 3 as we get ready to go back green here from Darlington. You'll see the pace car once again take that hard left turn down Perry Road. The Will Austin, Josh Grosso, Gavin Austin moved his way up inside the top 3. Apologize for that. We did forget to turn off Discord, so we're gonna pull this up here and try to eliminate some resources here. We're back green here from Darlington. Well, Lawson keeps the race lead here on this restart. Everybody getting single file for the most part here. And this is what you need to do at the start of these races. You need to figure out how to, keep the car clean. Remember, not only do they not have a pass repair, so they're going to have to come down and limp it down, but we did implement, the X penalty, right? If they get up to 21 X's, they will be disqualified from the race. It doesn't matter, and maybe a wreck wasn't their fault or whatever. That's just what you have to do here. With how iRacing is, there's a lot of times where you get caught up in messes that aren't your fault. There's incidents where you're not even in a wreck and you get like a Phantom 4X or a Phantom 2X just for being around the wreck. So hopefully this promotes the drivers to be a little bit more patient, to try to make sure that they're not doing anything, a little bit reckless here. It potentially puts some people in some bad spots. Cody Meadows around in the back. He saves it. And we'll say green here, but he'll drop all the way outside the top 20 back there in the P22. Now caution will wave. Once again here, it looks like a different incident. Austin Reedy involved here. He just lost it on his own there in the 47, filling in for Frank DeAngelis. Lost it all on his own. And, oh, close call. Austin actually toes that thing to pit road. And that's not what the 47 wanted to see here early. And we kind of talked about this when we were in the pre-race show. And that she expected, the drivers to have a little bit of trouble here on the start. Everybody's stacked up here. And then as soon as some people start to get damaged and some of the guys who need a little bit more help might, start to drop to the tail of the line here and start to, maybe, I wouldn't say give up on the race, but obviously have a lot of damage and have to sit in the pits to get it done, right? Be interesting to see how people decide that. A lot of people down pit road here. Angel coming out in pit road right now. Back live down to the track side. Trying to close out applications here on the broadcasting side to see if we can negate the blinking as much as we can. Obviously, like we've talked about it here, I feel like a broken record here, but just the overlays that we use here on iSNF just a little bit more demanding on the system than what we use on really every other league here. So gonna be a little bit of a task here to make sure everything's good and ready to go. We already see the lights off on the pace car once again. We'll be going green once again here from Darlington. You'll see the 3, and now it's going to be Gavin Austin in the 4. Going to be that outside front row. Ready to go back inside the restart zone. Will Austin. See the 60. Pulling off here. Very interesting stuff, but Will Austin leads us back to the green flag. Apologize for that. Caution waves once again. Look for seeing any slow cars here. Maybe Chris Bishop. Jeff Weimer back here. We'll see if maybe he could show us the wreck. Like Rhea Ferris might have crashed. See if we can find Rhea. Maybe we can look and see. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to see what happened here with the blinking, unfortunately. But caution wave once again for the 3rd time here on lap 15. We'll stack everybody once more back up here for the 3rd time, and we talked about it. These cars are going to drive differently. Just due to the different horsepower, the different package here. We'll go on board with Gavin Austin here on this nose cam. You'll see right there, no rear diffuser on the back end of that 3 machine. And that diffuser gives a lot of downforce to these cars. And I was really interested to hear that NASCAR decided to give this short track package to Darlington Raceway. Obviously, technically it is underneath that 1.5 miles. It's 1.3 miles. But it definitely drives a lot like a 1.5 miles, right? It's very fast. Obviously, you really do have to get these cars wound up here, especially in the 3 and 4. I would say 1 and 2 kind of drive similar to how you would drive 1.5 miles, to where basically off the gas and kind of just coast it in. But Darlington is so unique, the most unique track you're going to go to on the schedule here. But it's going to be interesting to see how these guys, adapt to this new horsepower and stuff. And we've already seen, some talented drivers already lose it here early. We saw Cody Meadows get upset. He's right now currently outside the top 10, back there in 11th. And it's definitely going to be an adjustment for a lot of these drivers, a lot of these guys. This is the first big update we've had to these next gen cars in a long time, and besides a little aero, maybe like the dirty air package and stuff like that. And a lot of drivers have learned how to navigate the dirty air, but now, right, new horsepower, new aerodynamic package and stuff like that. A lot of these drivers have to relearn how to drive these next gens, especially at these shorter ovals. Drivers have adapted pretty quickly. Some need a little bit of time to figure it out. But Will Austin has been able to lead the way here for all 17 laps. Be ready to go back green. And Will Austin, Gavin Austin, and 3 in the 4. Going back inside the restart zone. Once again, we'll be green here to start lap 18. Oh, contact in the back. That's the 35. James Bolson to the outside wall. But he able to get single file off the rip here. See a lot of cordialness here on the start. Caution waves once again. And Matt Metley might have had an issue. He just towed that car down the pit road. See, Matt can show us what happened. Trying to make a pass on the 19. Caution's already out here. Looks like he's going to park that 44 machine. Maybe something he had to do today here on Saturday. The Saturday evening, he'll park the machine and call it a night here from Darlington Raceway. Hopefully everything's okay in that 44 camp. You look at some of your biggest movies so far, and it's these two cars right in the frame here. Charles Roberson, Mark Gonzalez up 19 spots, up 21 spots for these two drivers. We also have back here Don Glacier in 17, up 20 spots. Shane Johnson back here in 15th, up 22 spots in that number 67 machine. Our fourth caution here on lap 20, and we're, on rhythm here to get a caution every 5 laps here. So I would say almost every 2 laps, because remember, we have to run laps during caution. We usually take up about 3-ish laps here under pacing to make sure everybody can get back going, but hopefully these drivers can clean up the accidents here, clean up the mistakes. Now, you don't have to push super hard here in stage 1, still a long race to go to figure out how this car is going to drive. We will be going green this time by. It's going to be the 3 of Will Austin. Once again, Gavin Austin. So the 3 and the 4 are 2 Austins will lead us back to green. Take the pace car once again. Take a hard left turn down pit road. Ready to go back into the restart zone. Again, the 3 leads us back to green. Oh, Gavin Austin with a little bit of a wheel spin. Allow the 22. Dustin Johnson to try to make a move here on the bottom. No. We'll go side by side through 1 and 2. Back there, 4th on back. Everybody trying to be cordial to give each other spaces. Wrecking in the back. Shane Johnson looks like had an issue here. Take a look and see what happened here on our blimp cam. Gets into the 24. And he'll go. Oh, Mike with a good avoidance there. I think he might have got a little bit of damage, but Yeah, the 67 and the 24. Isaac Johnson involved. Isaac Wilson. Apologies, Isaac. I don't know why I'm messing up names so much this race, but Isaac able to keep it straight off on that, catching on the outside wall. But caution will wave once again here on one of these restarts. We'll stack everybody up one more time here on lap 24, going to lap 25. Already halfway done with this stage. Well, once again, stack everybody back up. Try to restart this race one more time, and you know, I'm already gonna have to start considering talking about, these incident points and incident counts for, the race here. A lot of drivers are currently out. At least that's what it tells me here on timing and scoring. Josh Grosso in the pits, but Jeff Weimer, Eugene Thorne, Shane Johnson is out. Here comes Josh as the out comes out as well. It just looks like maybe timing scoring bug as they will come back onto the racing surface. See them try to beat the race off pit road to beat the pace car. Stay on the lead lap. The car is slow down here on the bottom. 67 machine. King Johnson will have to let everybody by it here, it looks like. Gonna have him start right behind the race leaders. The last car in the lead lap gonna start P3. Very, very confusing there, but we'll go back green here. Will Austin leads us back to the green flag. They're wrecking on the restart. Huge wreck in the back here. Caution will wave once again. I think Sotage was kind of the first person I saw have an issue here on the restart. We spun the tires. Nowhere to go for the rest of the field. Shoulder 7. Akash will wave once again. So under caution once again here for the 6th time on lap 28. And we've broken underneath the 5 lap rule here. Will Austin continues to lead. Gavin Austin back to MP2. Justin Johnson. Nick Johnson. So we have two Austins. And we have the front row. Two Johnsons going to be in the second row. And then Mark Gonzalez back there in that Penske number 2. Moves his way up into P5. Don Blazier up 27 spots. And around out that row 3. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier, right? This track is an attrition track. It looks like the 17 has been able to navigate through all the wrecks here. Didn't even qualify tonight, but already up inside the top 6. The lights off on the pace car, which means we'll be going green this time by. Running on a turn 2. Do that forward catch up. I'm going to get side by side with the 3 machine on that top side. Will be the 3 leading the bottom, the 4 leading the top once again. The pace car once more. Take the hard left turn down pit road. Will continue to be Will Austin, Gavin Austin. Who leads us back to green. Will get back into the restart zone and we'll be green once again here from Darlington Raceway. A little bit of tire spin from both the front 2 cars there. Will gets a good jump. Gavin side by side right here for the P2 position with Justin Johnson. Justin will duck back in line. Once again, we'll start to see that single file action start to play out there side by side further back. Don Blazier getting trying to get passed by the 6 of Justin Barkley. Already see a little bit of damage on the 6 of Barkley's machine. Don, you see up in an outside wall, 2 teammates going at it here. 17 in the 6, those 2 RFK Ford Mustangs. So there's a 47 up in an outside wall, Austin Reedy. The 47 will be able to hold off the 17 for now. Well, awesome being able to pull a little bit away now. Nick Johnson, who was that I pulled off here? That Gonzalez, no? Couldn't tell who that was who really pulled off there. Last season's winner here, up inside the top 5. Going down to 20 and Nick Johnson. A little arrow tight. Let's get up into the outside wall. See this kind of second through Fifth, all under a blanket here. Gavin was not able to, stay connected with that number 3 machine as Will Austin continues to try to get away here. From one of Iskandar, I think, going a lap down. He gets out of the way. Gavin Austin trying to hold on here, but opportunity fuel over the back end of this number 4 machine. I want to run on board with him. I hear something a little bit different than I've heard the rest of the way. Just going into 3 and 4. Caution will wave. Oh, never mind that. Like Jeff Weimer might have had an issue. Oh, this is in front of him. That's the one. Iskandar having an issue in front and nowhere for Weimer to go. We'll take a look at the caution here from Iskandar's point of view. See the one slow. Up into the outside wall. See the 11 of Roberson getting the back of the 1. See the 42 up front there as well have an issue, but the 1 go around off the bumper, the 11. Got it locked down here. Fortunately, Jeff Weimer, with just all that momentum, cannot get that car turned back down the track, and bang, right into that right side door of the 1 of Mike Iskandar. Caution will wave once again here at Darlington Raceway. Well, that one little run there kind of averages back up. Now we're just under 6 lap average laps here before we get a caution. I guess progress is progress, right? So we get ready to count down the laps here in stage 1. We'll be going green with what? 9 to go here in stage 1. Well, Austin really showing that he could be a favorite to win tonight. Here from the lady in black. This will go up on the pace car. Get 2 by 2 once again. We'll be going back green here. 10 laps to go in stage 1. Will Austin, Gavin Austin. Nick and Justin Johnson back there in P3 and P4. Otto's and Mark Gonzalez run out your top 6. This car will take another hard left turn down pit road. Be to 3 and 4. Leading this back to green here. 10 laps to go in stage 1. Will Austin across the restart zone one more time. We'll be green once again back here from Darlington. Good jump by Gavin Austin. He's going to be side by side going into 1 and 2. Gavin takes the race lead away for the first time. Finally had a good jump there. Wasn't able to spin the tires, but look back here. Mark Gonzalez going after the 20 of Nick Johnson. The 20 really upset there. Look at that. Mark going from P5 all the way up to P4 there and put himself in the conversation. Mark looking pretty quick here in this first stage. Gavin Austin trying to hold off the hard charging Will. Will, remember, pulled away from the Ford machine here when he got that race lead. Now Gavin has a clean air. He has the lead. Can he hold on here to win his first stage here in the iSNF Cup Series? Ooh, a little wobbly out of the 2. I mean, out of the 4. Out of turns 3 and 4. Well, it just looks like he just has a little bit more rotation in this 4. That 3's looking really racy right now. Gavin trying to do everything he can to be defensive, try to not let this 3 get to his inside, but here he comes. Side by side for the race lead. The 3 gets a little loose out of corner exit. Advantage back to the 4. Here comes the 22. And Justin Johnson takes advantage, puts himself up inside this top 2. And he run down this number 4 machine. A bumper to the back of the 4. He's going to move him. Oh, Gavin, super upset. Caution will wave once again. I don't think that's exactly what Justin wanted to do there. Get back and look here. We'll go off this camera here. And Justin just gets to him a little bit quicker than I think he expects to. Here in a 3 and 4. And then bam, bumper to the back of the 4 of Gavin Austin. Gavin trying to save it. Overcorrects an outside wall. Comes down the track. Grabs the 3. Grabs the 2. Nowhere to go for a lot of these drivers. And that sucks if you're the 22. I mean, obviously, I don't think he meant to do that, but grabs his teammate there and Mark Gonzalez. You see Angel Hernandez involved. See the 12. Cody Meadows. That's 2 of the 3 Penske cars right there. Got caught up in that wreck. Fortunate to see there. You see everybody trying to let this pace car by. Justin will retake this race lead here. And I want to know, when did that caution come out? Is that going to be staged? I believe that will be staged. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here on High Velocity TV. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Try to figure out some stuff as well through the background, and we'll get back to you after a quick commercial break here on HV TV. We welcome you back here to the iSNF Cup Series from the Darlington Raceway, the Throwback 250. You saw, stage one in there. 22. Justin Johnson putting the bumper to the back end of the four. Gavin Austin goes around, and like Gavin's still on the track. Gonna try to keep going and keep strong here, but it'll be interesting to see how that all plays to be. We'll get ready to start stage two here from Darlington. You see lights off on the pace car. It will be going green this time by. It'll be the 22 of Justin Johnson, and it'll be the 9 of Chris Otto. Ready to go back into the restart zone once again. We'll be green here from Darlington to start stage two. Really good jump out of the 22. Chris Otto now going to battle for that P2 position. No, everybody gets single file. Caution out once more. So this will be the stage, actually. We did prematurely call that caution, but go to commercial break, so Justin Johnson will cross the stripe. Like Shane Johnson might have had an issue here. Further in the back. A little bit of a stack up there, and around the 67 will go. He'll grab the 3 of Will Austin. And that bad luck from the 3 will continue. So now Justin Johnson will come down pit road, as this will be the end of the stage. We have a couple drivers who decide to come down pit road here. They end stage one. I think a lot of drivers decide just to flip the stage there, because Joey Maines will actually stay out here. He'll take your race lead away. Austin Reedy, Sartaj Maan, Eugene Thorne, and Parker Stringer will be your top 5 as they stay out here at the end of stage 2, at the end of stage 1. Looks like we've had some camera malfunctions here, so we're going to go ahead and pull up a thumbnail real quick and try to figure out what's going on here. Go ahead and load in our default iRacing cameras, and we'll just kind of roll with those for the rest of the broadcast here, unfortunately. You see a little bit of a change up here at the front of the pack here. Joey Maines, Austin Reedy, Sartaj, Eugene, and Parker. Eugene up, some spots here. 27 spots for Eugene in that 34 on that outside row. See some of these cars back to the 17 to 67. Gonna have to let the whole field by. We get ready to stack everybody back up once again, side by side here as we get ready to start stage 2. Now this will be the start of stage 2. it's going to be Joey Maines, Austin Reedy going to be in this front row as they lead you back to green to start stage 2. Oh, wow. Eugene. Really bad start for that 34. Back up to the front, though. Austin Reedy, Joey Maines, Sartaj into 38, making his way through the field. Sartaj looking underneath the 47. I'm going to be able to make it work. Everybody holding on for now, but still a battle here for the race lead. Here comes the 47 looking at the 48 for the race lead here on lap 55. So we will run the wall, try to run this defensive line. 47 with a good run down there on the bottom, though. Right to the back bumper of this 48. Kind of see the different lines there. You saw Joey get up a little bit earlier. You see how the 47A Austin kind of use that high side and then kind of turn it down the track. But here comes the 47 as the 48 gets up into the outside wall. He'll slow him down a little bit side by side for the race lead. Now looking 3 wide. No, the 38 thinks better of it. The 47 takes your race lead here from Darlington. Austin going to try to drive away from the rest of the field here. Joey, like a little bit, not having the same pace as these guys up here towards the front right now. Joey up into the outside wall once again. Here comes Sartaj, contact with the 2. Now here comes Parker. He's going to make the move. Here comes Joshua Grosso. He got caught up in an earlier wreck up inside the top 3 once again. Oh, Josh, your pull sitter, so we know he knows how to run well here at Darlington. Got into some issues there, but now back up here inside this top 3. Everybody trying to get spread out here, kind of single file. Like we've seen here, it looks like a battle for the P9 spot, though. Gabe Ledger getting caught by Angel Hernandez. Angel, I expect to run really well here at Darlington. Obviously, with the new aero package and the new stuff, it's a lot for these new drivers. A lot for every driver, not just new. A lot for these drivers to have to learn and overcome. But go ahead now, sitting back in P10. Trying to run down that number 8 machine with Gabe Ledger. Further back, Chris Bishop making a move on Bob here for P15. See some of these fast drivers back here. Will Austin, right? After getting caught up in a couple of wrecks. Trying to drive his way through the field once again. Like Gavin Austin has called it a night in the Ford machine after getting caught up in that wreck. Field finish, it looks like P29 here for that driver out of the 4. Dustin Johnson back here in P11. Remember, came down Pitt Road after that stage. Give that track position. Now back here in P11. Cody Meadows. Gonna get around Eugene Thorne here. Eugene dropping through the field. Eugene maybe with a mistake. See him really slow down here on the track. Might see him try to come down pit road here. Caution waves. Don Blazier looks like might have had a mistake. Don just getting loose here. Out of 4. Bang. Backs into the inside wall there. Right in the Sunoco restart zone. Caution will wave once again here from Darlington. The 47 let this pace car by. We'll back up to our iRacing virtual pace car. Lap 65 of 183. 15 laps complete here in stage 2. We'll see the lights on the pace car off once again. Everybody 2 by 2. 47 to 38. Austin Reed, remember, took the race lead away from Joey Maines in the 48. Never looked back, but gonna have a hungry Sartaj back there in the 38. Gonna start up there on that front row with him. It'll be Josh Gosho, Joey Maines, Cody Meadows, Gabe Ledger, that top 6. Be forward front row as we got to go green back here to start lap 67. Is Austin Reedy. Very interesting start by that front row. Sartaj with a horrible jump, and that inside will clear. What up to P4, and look at that, Cody Meadows taking advantage. Up to the P3 spot, but here comes the 38, going to try to make a move here. Not going to make it work. Well, Cody Meadows had a mistake earlier. Lost all that track position, but he's making a move down here for the P2 position over Grosso here in the 43. Josh going to run that top side, trying to keep that car out in front there, but Cody is there on that quarter panel. What does Cody do? He's going to drive it down in here, side by side for the P2 position. And this is the kind of sketchy part here. Out of turn 2. What will happen here? Contact. Meadows is the one who kind of pays for that. And here comes the 38, Sartaj. Going to look to the inside of the 43s. Oh, Joey Main's loose in the back. Round cars on the apron will go as the 8 up the track. Gabe Ledger, caution will wave. That all started here with Joey Mains, I believe. Joey Mains just, loose. Gabe gets hit by the 22 of Johnson. Johnson will go around to the 8, backing it up the track. Oh, man, gets clipped right there. I think Gabe was trying to, and you saw what Gabe was trying to do. I think he actually was trying to tow that thing before he got tore up, but unfortunately, I think someone did clip him there. The caution will wave here for the 11th time. Caution will wave. We'll wait on that pace car to catch back up one more time. Everybody gets stacked up one more time. He lights off on the pace car. To the 47 to 43. Reedy, Grasso, Man and Meadows. Meadows has made his way up to the front. You see lights off on the pace car. Ready to go green. 47 to 43, back into the Sunoco restart zone. We'll start lap 73 here. We approach the halfway point in stage 2. Roberson up inside this top 4. Remember, hometown hero has not been able to win here from his hometown track yet here in Darlington. Look at him up inside the top 4. Up 25 spots more he started. A lot of big movers here early in this race. But again, single file out, but Justin Barkley got some pressure from the guys behind. Barkley bumper to the back of the 6 with a 19. Caution will wave once again. We saw that one happen live there. We'll take a look and see what happened to the 19 in the 6 machine here. We'll see. 19 drive it in here. 19 drive it in here in the 1 and 2. Getting to the back of the 6. 6 trying to save it. A little bit of netcode contact between him and the 54 of Angel Hernandez. The 19 of Urias. Looks like she got involved. Looks like the 22 of Justin Johnson involved in this one as well. The caution will wave one more time for the 12th time here on lap 75. Once again, these cars have to slow down. The pace car, I don't know why it's been weird, but we've had to slow down every time to let the pace car catch back up. We'll have to do that one more time. There comes the pace car. .47. Getting around some of these other cars here. I don't know what happened there. I think maybe sleeping. Saw that the pace car finally caught up. Under caution one more time here from Darlington Raceway. We now approach the halfway point in stage 2. Austin Reedy continues to lead. Sartaj Maan has worked his way up through the field. Everybody gets 2 by 2 once again here as we ready to go 1 to green here from Darlington Raceway. Here for the Throwback 250. The 2 by 2 Chevy Ford front row. You'll see a Toyota block out there on that second row. You'll see the 11 and that 43 round out that row too. In the virtual iRacing pace car takes a hard left turn down pit road. That Chevy of the 47 Austin Reedy continues to lead here. Ready to go back inside the Sunoco restart zone. We'll try to end out stage 2 here. Hopefully, rest of the way green. 47 a really good jump as well as the 43 of Grasso. Those two will take the top 2 positions. Sartaj continues to. I don't know what's going on with it today, but just has been struggling here on these restarts. Makes his way back up into the P3 position. Tried to make it look here at the 43, but Tried to back out of it wisely. Let's get single file for these front three. A little bit of battle behind here. All single file for the first top 10. These kind of top three under a blanket here. It's Charles trying to run down these front three. Ooh, the 47 a little free there. The 1 and 2. Allow the 43 to slowly, bite down and slowly pick off, this race lead and this gap he's had to the race lead. But everybody getting single file, everybody trying to find their pace here. They get ready to try to round out stage 2. It's 20 to go here in stage 2 from Darlington. Only 18 cars on a lead lap. Oh, by Maria Ferris, I was going to say. Last car on the lead lap. She has an issue there out of turn 2. They'll get it going. Jeff Weimer up here by himself. Nate Johnson under fire from the 24. Isaac Wilson. Oh, Isaac gets up in an outside wall. Oh, wrecking in the back. I think that was Bob. That was Bob in the 41. Caution will wave. What happened to Bob here in this number 41 machine? A little bit slow there, and yeah, I mean, it looks like it's loose out of 2. Trying to chase it down, and the 77 of Craig is there. He'll hook himself off the 77's nose, and caution will wave once again. Bob trying to limp that thing back to pit road and back up towards the front. Still the 47 in this 38. Josh up here on the pace car. Those front two all the way up there. And I think what they're doing, I don't know if they're trying to save fuel or what, but they've done that a couple times where they've just gotten out and they'll just kind of sit together here up front. Yeah, you hear them. They're turning off the car. So Josh is behind the pace car where he's supposed to be. We've seen, this strategy game play out before. I've actually, back when I was racing here in the iSNF Cup Series, kind of got bit by this. It was at Atlanta for the season finale for season 9, I believe. And it was at Atlanta. Me and Dylan Basin had gone too far out in front of the pace car. And to be fair, there was a glitch with Atlanta where the pace car would not get up the leaders in a timely manner. And we ended up having to stay out because we couldn't. The pit road was closed for us because the pace car hadn't caught up. I ended up going a lap down because I had to go to pit under green. You see, these games get played before when it comes to these pace laps where drivers will speed up and then just kind of basically turn their car off and coast until the pace car catches back up. We cross the stripe to complete lap 84. Under our 13th caution tonight. The lights are off on the pace car. I'll once again take that hard left turn down pit side. This time will be a Chevy Toyota front row. Austin Reedy going to lead us back to the point, but Josh Grosso's made his way back up here inside this front row. Odier with a good jump there, starting behind the race leader. He'll get up to the P2 position. Charles Robertson clears out 43 for P3, but here comes a crossover from Josh. Fighting hard for this P3 position. Out of 43, able to hold on. Charles actually backs up. Angel Hernandez right behind him. Oh, somebody gets hit. Is that Parker? Up near the outside wall there. He's going to lose a bunch of positions and a bunch of track position. I don't know if he got help. Definitely got up into that outside wall there in the 1 and 2. So he'll fall out of the top 10. Dustin Johnson will be that first car inside this top 10, followed by his teammate in the 12, Cody Meadows. Joey Main's up here inside the top 10 as well in 9th. But under pressure from this 22 machine. Up in the outside wall, and gives himself a little bit of right front damage. Holds on to it for now. Can't afford to do that. Going a couple more times probably for that 48. The bow for this P3 spot starting to P2 spot, my apologies, starting to heat up. Bartage backing up to the 43 of Josh Grosso. Looking for that P2 position. Peek his nose there on the inside. They try to get there, can't do it. 38 keeps the spot for now. Charles Robertson. Angel Hernandez battling back here for P4. Angel on that outside wall. Oh, really has to back out of it there. You just tell these cars are not as easy to drive now with this new update. You can tell that these drivers are having to just push this thing hard as you really can. And it seems like it's pretty hard to pass as well. I think Josh has a little bit better car. Not been able to get around the 38. I think Angel has a little bit better car than Charles right now. And has had issues getting around him as well. But you see side by side for the P2 position. 43's there. Got his quarter panel right there. Going to try to side draft him back here going into 1 and 2. Side by side for the P2 position. Josh wisely backs out. Does not want to be side by side going out of this corner. Try to have to set it up another way. Everybody trying to get separated out. Nobody within really striking distance of each other. Cody Meadows getting ran down by the 24 of Isaac Wilson. Isaac with a little bit older tires and still able to keep up here with this weld machine. I don't know if they're older tires, honestly. Now looks like they might be older tires. Like maybe Cody took those tires on lap 82. I'm just judging based off of pit stop time. A 14.7 47 pit stop time for Cody. Isaac even on lap 71. 5-second pit stop, 6-second pit stop. Caution waves. For anybody slow here on track. I don't really see anything out of sorts here. This caution will end stage 2. A little prematurely though. See them go down pit road. We'll take another quick commercial break as we end stage 2. Be right back after a word from our sponsors over at iRacing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We welcome you back live here from Darlington Raceway. Just got done with stage 2. Austin Reedy took stage 2 here. That number 47 machine that we're looking at right now. Once again, we pass some drivers who have flipped this stage. Give themselves a little bit of track position here. Emily Reyes will lead us back to green as we're already 1 to go. Rhea Ferris will be that P2 driver. And it'll be Josh and Cody back there in 3rd and 4th. And then you'll see the 47 Austin Reedy back there in P5th, followed by Sartaj. So it'll be very interesting to see. Obviously, Emily caught up in a couple incidents herself. Emily looks like trying to pick the top, maybe? Very confused to see what's going on here. This car will take the hard left turn. Yeah, now Rhea comes down here with a 19 and the 21. We get ready to go back inside the restart zone. Emily Reyes will start stage 3 here. Good jump by Emily. So Reckon right there. Reckon in the back. I think that was a Rhea. We lost it here on the start. We'll keep it back going. Emily up into the outside wall. Here comes Cody. Yeah, I mean, here comes Josh already here to take the lead back here. Really aggressive to Really aggressive slide drop here out of the 43. Get that lead back. I think he knows he's got a better car right now than Emily does. Caution will wave. Parker's trainer back here. They had some contact with someone. Back on our chopper cam and see what happened here. So it looks like this is already ensuing here. So Parker, like, might have been, gets up in an outside wall. Oh man, a 38. What happened to Sartaj? I'm gonna find the driver to 38 here. What happened here to Sartaj that put him in this spot? Go back and take a look. So Sartaj, contact with the 77. Ah, man, it just looked like hard racing. 11 got up into the 38. 38 gets up into the 77. They keep it going straight. Sartaj broken. Makes contact with the 5 and the 42. The 1 gets up in there. The 29 involved as well. So kind of just two separate wrecks. Both involving the 38, but honestly turned up a bunch of race cars here. The caution will wave once again. We'll slow these cars right back down. Our 15th caution of the race here. I believe just broke that 100 lap mark here as we start stage 3. Caution will wave. Saw Josh take the race lead away from Emily really early here on this restart. Remember, Josh, I mean, it's shown he's had a little bit better speed, but also has, it looks like, fresher tires compared to the 19. So that's just like two double positives for that 43 machine. Fresher tires and just a little bit more pace. Setting himself up for success. Emily able to keep that P2 position for now. We'll see how long she can hold on there with those older tires. We'll see the 43 to 19. Two Toyotas leading us back to green. Chevy Ford back there in that row too as Cody Meadows makes his way up inside the P3 position. There's a 43. Josh will lead us back to green. A huge jump out already for that number 43 machine. Austin Reedy takes the P2 away from the 19, and now it's Cody Meadows going to have to navigate around that 19 machine of Emily. Run by the 12. Here he comes on the inside. Driving in down here. Knows he needs to pass this 19 quick. Roberson will try to get around Emily as well. He does. Cody Meadows up inside the top 3. Cody, I'll say, after that win, has really turned this season around. Remember, win at Phoenix, and remember, it's not winning you're in anymore. For the playoffs or for the chase, it's all based off points. But ever since that win at Phoenix has really turned around his season. Had a good couple runs these last couple weeks. Now running inside the top 3 here at Darlington. And you know, we always talk about Darlington being the driver's track, and Cody is very, very talented and knows what he's doing. And not surprised to see him running up inside the top 5. Really, everybody here in this top 10, very talented race car drivers. Emily Reyes continues to drop through the field. Nicholas Johnson, the next in line to go try to pounce on her. Going back to Will Austin, remember, was leading this race early. Got involved in that caution with Gavin Austin. Remember, 22 put the bumper to Gavin. Gavin, you know, trying to save it, made contact with the 3, made contact with the 2 of Mark Gonzalez. Unfortunately, Will has just not been able to drive his way through the field. You still see quite a bit of damage on that RCR machine. We're just trying to hold on here, back here in P12. But a lot of hard hitters already out of the race. Gavin Austin, Mark Gonzalez, Chris Otto, James Bulls, right? Out early. Justin Barkley, Sartaj just parked it for the night. Jordan Meadows still back here in P3. Justin Johnson running down the 11 machine right now. The 11's actually caught up to the back end of that 12 machine. Cody Meadows backing up a little bit here to these 2 behind them. So the 11's loose. Roberson, what a save by him to keep it going. Lose a lot of time though. He'll find himself outside the top 5 now. So Cody Meadows holds on to the P3 spot. Justin Johnson had to check up. There's a little bit of time to his teammate in the 12, and then Isaac Wilson is driving himself. It's driven his way up inside the top 5. He's got his Hendrick teammate behind him back there in P6. Joey Maines with a solid run tonight. See Cody Meadows, he's about 2.5 seconds behind the race, behind Austin Reedy, and then in front of Austin Reedy, Josh Grosso, 2 seconds up the road. So Josh has been quick all night, and he's shown now that he might be the guy to beat. And these are all on equal tires. It's not like Emily, who stayed out. She's falling outside the top 10 now. Back to 12th with those older tires. Everybody here in this top set and this top 8 last pitted on lap 97, and Chris Bishop and the 3 cars behind him last pitted on lap 101. But these guys have gotten caught up in a couple incidents. That's why they probably put it. They're just trying to fix as much damage as they can under these caution laps. But we're getting down to it now that there's not really a lot of cars left on the track. Only 16 cars left on the lead lap. You see Leah Ferris just getting lapped one more time by the 43. Not a lot of cars left here after the carnage that's ensued here from the lady in black. You know, you know, Darlington's a tough track, especially with this new package with the new horsepower, less aero on this car. It's really put the car in the driver's hands now to figure out how to drive it and stuff. You can't really, even before this update, you really weren't getting bailed out a lot. You know, you really still had to be on top of it. But now that the car's even harder to drive, it just amplifies every mistake that you make here tonight from Darlington. Cody Meadows finally got passed by some of those faster cars. He's back to P5. Justin Johnson trying to run away from Isaac. Isaac, you know, from my time running with him here in iSNF Cup Series, he's always been like sneaky quick, right? He's never been out here and dominated a race, but he's like someone that will always sneak up on you and be like, hey, where did Isaac come from, right? And that's how he's won, you know, his 2 wins here. Came in that fashion, right, where he kind of just snuck up with kind of the tires and won his way into those 2 victories. So a solid run here. Obviously, Isaac not running full time anymore in the iSNF Cup Series. And showing up and showing out when he gets opportunities to, right? Obviously, Thomas Flynn needed a fill-in here and make tonight's race. And Isaac doing a good job keeping this 24 up front. Bernie Meadows behind has started to figure things out. Got back up to the back end of this 24. Cody's always one of those drivers who he always figures it out during the race, even if he's not the quickest in practice, the quickest in qualifying. Maybe he comes in with no practice or qualifying, right? At the end of the race, he usually does a good job at figuring out what he needs to do to get himself up to the front. And right now, sitting back here in P5, putting some pressure on the 24. The gap is definitely closed. I mean, opened up a little bit. But is in a good spot running here in P5. But he does have the 54. And Angel needs no introduction. And he's done really everything you can here in the iSNF Cup Series. Slowly running down this 12 and this 24 right now. Take a look at these lap comparisons when they get across the line. Those two in front actually ran about a half a tenth quicker that lap than Angel did, so. It was a 30.37 and 0.42. Fourth to sixth. Back up to the front. Josh Grosso continues the lead. Austin Reedy's been able to put a little dent into the gap. Remember, it was up 2+ now and underneath 2 seconds, but Still needs a little bit of ways to go to get back to the 43 machine. And all the way back here, almost 5 seconds behind now. Dustin Johnson in third. I'm definitely not surprised to see, you know, these gas be as wide as they are, right? You know, this is once again one of those driver's tracks. If you can figure it out and run good laps, you'll start to do this. You'll start to, you know, put a 4 or 5, 6 second gap on the cars behind. But Josh is continuing to put on a clinic here from Darlington. We've ran what? 97. We've ran almost 30 laps here. We know that we cannot make it the rest of the way on fuel. If we go the rest of the way here without a caution, when do these drivers decide to come down pit road? We've got just about a second of fall off right now. And for Josh, his best lap of the race is a 29.6. He just ran a 30.23, so almost on the spot. A second slower. Right there, yeah. 29.26 for his best. He ran a 30.27. There's definitely a big swing here when it comes to the tires. Unfortunately, unfortunately for everybody else, outside of that 47, this 43 is running away from everybody. Last lap was a 30.2925 or the second place driver of Reedy, but everybody else outside of the threes. 30.26 for Will Austin back there in ninth, but 13 seconds off the pace. We'll continue to run the laps out here from Darlington Raceway here for the Throwback 250. Obviously a chaotic race tonight. 15 plus cautions. Caution waves right there for our 16th time. Chris Bishop. Jeff Weimer looks like they might have had an issue here. Trying to send anything, you know, my fault, I guess. Emily Reyes in the back of the 71. Reyes, probably a little bit of damage to the left front. Cautionable wave. That kind of changed a lot. We're underneath now, 50 to go. I think this is 50 to go on the dot, actually, right here. But can you make it 50 laps? That's the question. Everybody come down pit side here. This is a no-brainer. See that 43? Right side up on the car. You'd expect 4 tires for everybody. So the 47 tried to make it a race off pit road. 43 keeps it though. See these cars come back. Push back up to the pace car. See, lights off on the pace car. The 43, the 47, the 24, and that 22 machine. Cody Meadows back there in P5. Charles Robertson running out your top 6. See the pace car take a hard left turn down pit road. And the 43, the 47. We approach under 50 to go here from Darlington. Back into the restart zone. Josh Grosso leads us back to green. Good jump by the 43. Put it back single file. Comes the 3 of Will Austin. He's made his way up through the field. Remember, it was really quick here in the start of the race. Led some laps. Looks like he's gotten that car pretty well fixed up as he passes the 24 up inside the top 4 now. Here comes Will Austin. Austin Riddy trying to keep this gap somewhat close back to Josh Grosso, but Josh, once again, trying to pull a little bit of a gap. Everybody getting back single file. A little bit of a battle here. Closest cars right here. This 24 and this 22. You see the 3 in the middle. Oh, the 22 on the outside wall. Justin trying to hold on here to the speed 3 position. Approach 40 to go. 22 starting to run down this 47 machine. Josh goes to continue to pull this gap out little by little. Here comes Will Austin, putting some pressure on the 22. Outside wall, keeps it going. Able to make the move to get up to the 22 yet. I think he just got in that dirty air and he's kind of starting to stall out here behind Justin. Got just under 40 laps to try to make this work. Been running down the, trying to run down this 47 as well. Going back up to Josh. Starting to pull away once again. About a 1.5 gap. Back to P2. He tries to, pull away, try to take this win. It'll be his second win of the season and his second start of the season for this driver. What a drive by the 43. I mean, I wish we had the graphic to show how many laps led he's led tonight, but it's definitely up there in the number wise. So gonna be interesting to see if he can hold on to it. You saw him get loose there. Gonna lose a lot of time there in 3 and 4. Somehow holds on to it, but that gap goes down for about a 1.5 seconds, all the way back down right around that second mark. That's what I talked about. Josh could dominate this race, but he makes one mistake like that, it might be over. And he's starting to pull out a little bit of a gap once again. He's trying to extend it once more, but that's all it takes is one mistake here. Get those tires heated up, and that car's not going to drive the same. Everything's stabilized. Cody Meadows outside the top 10 here late in the race. I don't know if there's something that happened in the 12. You see like a little bit of right front damage. On Cody's car. And get around the 42. Put him back inside the top 10. I mean, he's 17 seconds off the pace. Will Austin just stuck behind this 22. Looks like everybody's starting to just plane her out here. Everybody running around the somewhat similar lap times. New lane to race. 13-1, 13-1. Yeah, everybody in this top 5 running all 13-1s. Like, it's just hundreds that are separating lap time now, and everybody just can't really, there's not really a whole lot anybody can do to like get back to each other. The race leader up there on the screen, right behind your race sticker actually now. See out of the corner, you'll see that red background. That's the 43, that's your race leader. Nobody being able to find that little yet. See, to try to find some pace. It's actually Justin and Reedy who are a little bit quicker now. A little bit over a tenth quicker those two were over that last lap. Austin Rudy underneath the second now on that gap. I just think he's a little bit better here in 3 and 4, but Josh is better in 1 and 2. It can kind of stabilize this gap. See, now on the 9s, now back up to around the second once again. It's just everybody's stabilizing around and can't find anything to catch back up to the driver in front, so. You approach that 25 to go margin. Here we go, 25 to go here from Darlington. Everybody but only the top 10 are on the lead lap. Parker Strainer not too far behind. And he's 24 seconds behind. He's only about 5 seconds in front of your race leader. I don't think he's on pace to get lapped, but still, I mean, this has really shown that this track is a driver's track, and it's about just survival. See Cody Meadows right in front there as well. Trying to stay on the lead lap. This Cody's already a lap down. I think he's trying to stay only 1 lap down, so if we do get a caution here, he'll get the lucky dog. I have a feeling maybe Cody came down pit road here. Let's see. Yeah, he came down pit road on lap 155. It just came down pit road and decided that something was wrong with that machine. Need to come down and take tires. Now, the only car 1 lap down is this 12 machine. We're gonna pull away. Justin Johnson now on pit side. Maybe these guys can't make it on field the rest of the way. maybe both those pesky Fords just are lacking the grip that they need. Knows that at the very worst that they're gonna get what, P11 out of this. So I mean, I don't mind this call, I guess. I'm just interested to see if anybody is gonna follow them down pit road. Here comes Austin Reedy. This tells me right now that you cannot make it the rest of the way on fuel. Comes Will Austin down pit road. When do these other leaders come then? Right? Obviously, this tells me right there that you can't make it. You gotta do something different, right? Josh, I feel like, has the cushion to where he can really decide to take the hard left down whenever he wants to. He's got the pace. He's got the car. Probably beat right now. But if you're like Angel, if you're Isaac, if you're Joey, are you staying out to hope for a caution, right? Justin Johnson right now going in to 1 and 2. No, going into 3 and 4. My apologies. And Josh exiting 1 and 2. And he's the first car 1 lap down right now. And here comes Parker. Going down a lap down on pace. So very interesting. So now this battle for this lucky dog spot is going to be between Justin and Parker. Parker still has to come down pit road. Justin 15 seconds behind, so I mean, my question is now, these guys pitted early. Is this like an attempt to maybe do something different, right? Like I said, you know you're probably not going to get up there. You don't have the pace, right? Might as well come down, grab tires maybe, and hope for something, right? $15 to go. This 43 still has not decided to come down pit road. No, but these guys are running 60% fuel, so I just don't know how much fuel they can go, right? Here comes Jeff Weimer, going to go a lap down. More laps down, I guess. Bliss Johnson getting lapped by the 43. Now that leaves 4 cars on the lead lap now. Josh, Angel, Isaac, and Joey. So 2 aligned Toyotas and then 2 Hendrick cars on the lead lap. We approach 10 to go here. Does Josh have enough to make it, right? I just don't know why you would pit if you could make it to the end. Because there's no way you can unlap yourself and contend for a win here. Right? Unless they've just given up on the win. They know Josh is the guy to beat. We approach it now. 10 laps to go for this 43. Josh Grosso still hasn't decided to come down pit road yet. Now it's only 3 cars on the lead lap. Joey Maines gets lapped. Where's Isaac here? He's 10 laps behind. He's in a good spot to stay on the lead lap here. If we don't get a caution, seems to be like 9 cars. I mean, 3 cars are going to be the only cars to finish on the lead lap here. Josh Grosso has put on a clinic here from Darlington. I want to go inside to make sure that like he's not saving fuel or anything. Oh, here comes Josh down pit road. But he couldn't make it. Could not make it. Alejandro lead over the Angel Hernandez. A 40 and 54. He's saving fuel. Angel has been saving fuel. Can Angel make it without a pit stop? Is Isaac saving fuel? Doesn't sound like he's at least turned off the car, right? It sounds like he's not turning about fuel at least right now. But Angel, hear him turning off this car. He's trying to make it these last 5 laps. And it's so funny. Josh has been so quick tonight. He's going to come out here and still get a podium if these guys can make it. He's got Joey Maines up the road here. Just to say that, Josh came down and pitted and is going to pass the 48 for 3rd place here and still get a podium after all this is said and done. He's definitely not going to have the pace to run down the front two. Angel trying his best to save fuel here. If Isaac can make it, he's running enough lap time down that he could run down this 54 for the win. Last lap at 31.3 versus a 30.7. That's almost half a second. That's almost half a second on the dot. If he keeps doing that, he will be there at the line here. Actually, no, he won't. Still saving fuel for the 54. They're ready to go. Hit the white flag here from Darlington, and Angel Hernandez, he might have just fuel saved his way into a win. But coming out at 3 and 4, we'll take the white flag here from Darlington. White flag in the air for Angel Hernandez. Turn 1 and 2 for the final time. It looks to be fine for now. Justin Johnson in the back there. I don't think he would be doing anything to negate this win. But out of turn 3 and 4, go ahead and give it to him. Angel Hernandez fuel strategizes his way into his first win of season 11. What a way to win. I mean, I get that some people don't like the fuel strategy races, but it is so interesting to think about, right? Everybody else decided, I can't make it. I'm going to come down pit road, take tires. And Angel said, you know what? I know I'm going to be slow, but this whole last run, but I know that if I don't pit, me fuel saving is going to be faster than me going down pit road. If he's got enough in the tank to burn it down here, he will. Yeah, enough to burn it down. I ran out right there. Congratulations to Angel on his first win of the season. I'm going to take a quick commercial break here for our final time here from Darlington. We'll talk to your top 3 finishers and start your post-race show here from Darlington Raceway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We'll welcome you live to the post-race show here from Darlington Raceway as we just finished up Week 10 for the Season 11 season. Angel Hernandez gets his first win of the season in his kind of part-time starts here. Let's go ahead and talk to the driver of the 54 tonight as he fuel strategizes his way into a win tonight from Darlington. Hey Angel, it's Christian up here in the HVTV booth. You got a copy? Well, first of all, congratulations on your win tonight here from Darlington Raceway. Obviously, we know coming in here part-time, doing when you can here, obviously decided to step away from full-time action here in the iSNF Cup Series. But walk us through this race tonight. Obviously, a lot of calamity tonight. I mean, well over 15, 16 cautions. But obviously, you didn't come down pit road for this last run here. Fuel saved your way to the win. Walk us through what got you up here tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I completely forgot the first 2 stages because there was that many cautions in it. But yeah, that last stage for sure, I knew I had a chance of at least getting the top 5 for this sub ride. Yeah, I don't know what happened on that last stop because I know auto fuel was telling me to only put 9 gallons in, and I ended up just overriding that and putting the full 12. So I feel like maybe that had something to do with why I was able to stretch it. Because yeah, when Josh he was checking in with me, and he said that he was a good like 5 laps short. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, I mean I just had to fuel save, and that was basically it.
Obviously, walk us through, for the fans at home that might not understand it. Obviously, I feel like Darlington, it's a little bit easier to feel safe because obviously you're already lifting down into one and two to get that car rolled up, and then in three and four, obviously you're using the brakes to get it slowed down there. How hard or difficult is it to, save fuel here from Darlington?
It's not that hard. In 1 and 2, it was just, I mean, basically the entire track, you're just trying to eliminate the amount of braking you're doing with the clutch. So yeah, only a little bit of extra lift from where you would typically brake, going into 1 and 2, and then yeah, 3 and 4, I just stretched out as far as I could without, running into the or getting run into by the car behind if I had a car behind me. So yeah, all in all, it wasn't that bad.
And obviously, the fuel saving got you to the end there, and it's definitely interesting to hear from up here because we obviously saw everybody come down pit road and have to, make a stop besides you and Isaac, and walk us through this also. Three cars finished on the lead lap, and it's the three we're gonna get to talk to tonight up here in the podium. You, Isaac, and Josh. Do you think that was just an attrition of maybe the pit strategy that happened, or just because so many cars got wrecked out tonight?
I think it's a mix of both. I think anyone Well, I'm still not entirely sure what caused the extra 5 laps of fuel or whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, for sure, more cars, if they were around by now, I think they could have probably done what I did, probably even better. So yeah, I was maybe a little bit lucky that a lot of the competition got taken out early, but yeah.
It was definitely interesting to see, everybody kind of come to the field. We had definitely some, people that needed a good finish get one tonight, but not without you coming up here and winning your first race here of the season. Obviously, we talked about you not showing up here full time anymore, but congratulations on your win tonight, Angel. Anybody before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank tonight for this one here from Darlington?
Yeah, all the JGR 23XI guys, and then Cody. I don't know if you saw him there. He did a couple burnouts. He asked me to join him because he said his dog passed away about a year ago. So yeah, just condolences and respect to him.
Oh, we appreciate you coming out for Cody. Obviously, Cody, a good friend of the channel. But once again, congratulations to you, Angel, and what you did tonight here with the fuel strategy. Hopefully, whenever you come back here and race here in these couple of starts here for the Cup Series, we can talk to you some more up here in HVTV booth.
All right, thank you.
Angel Hernandez will come home P1 here, winning his first race of the season here. Obviously, these couple of starts he's had this season have not gone the way I think he wanted them to. I don't see Isaac Wilson up inside waiting on an interview, so I guess we'll go ahead and talk to you, P3 finisher Josh Grosso. Obviously, he had the pit tonight. I think he had this on lock if he just could have saved fuel like Angel did. So I'm interested to see what Josh's side of the story is here. Let's go ahead and talk to the driver of the 43. Who finishes P3 tonight. You're from Darlington. Hey Josh, it's Christian up here in the HVTV booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, obviously we just talked to your teammate up here who got the win tonight here from Darlington and heard his side of the story. But we saw you have to make that pit stop there towards the end of the race. Obviously, you seemed like you had the car to beat tonight. Fortunately, going to come up P3. Walk us through your race and walk us through that different kind of strategy that got you up here.
Yeah, first and second stages were more just about keeping the car clean, which I didn't manage to do in the first stage, but I got it all fixed and was able to keep it pretty clean through the last two parts of the race.
Yeah, obviously, really all of stage one and two were pretty much just trying to get through the wrecks. Obviously, I think we had 17 cautions tonight. Luckily, I don't know, maybe there was a flip that got switched here in stage three, but after we kind of got past that, I would say 110, 115 mark, we got, the race to get going green in here. And obviously that, that last, 50 lap run there. Obviously, you had to come down pit road. Angel was able to stay out. Obviously, he kind of told us his side of the story of why he was able to stay out. He talked about potential like auto fuel being a thing. Was there a difference in what you could have done versus what Angel did?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I would have been about 5 laps short had I not pitted, which seemed like too much to save, so I just committed to coming in for a splash, which ended up working up okay. But yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. If I didn't, if auto fuel screwed me over and didn't fill me up or something like that. I'm not sure.
It was definitely interesting to see, the pit strategy that happened in that. Obviously, Isaac and Angel able to fuel save their way up into a top two position. But you coming home, obviously the fastest out of the kind of guys who had to come down pit road, and then obviously the last car to finish on the lead lap. We talked to Isaac, we talked to Angel about how the race went. Obviously, 3 cars finishing on the lead lap. Only 3 cars. We don't really get to see that a lot. What do you think had to do with that? Happening tonight?
I was just the fuel saving because only Angel and Isaac were the ones that committed to fuel saving, and I just got lucky with having a short stop and being able to stay ahead.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting race to see up here in the booth. And obviously, like I said, you had a really fast um 43 machine tonight. Unfortunately, like I said, wasn't able to fuel save like the front two, but still a good finish for you. Obviously, two races for us up here, I believe, um, in the iSNF Cup Series this season. And then obviously you won at um North Wilkesboro, coming home with the podium finish tonight. So congratulations on that. But before we let you go, Josh, anybody you want to thank here for this run tonight from Darlington?
I just want to shout out Angel and congratulate him for his win.
Well, we appreciate your time up here in the booth, Josh. And, whenever you make your next start here in season 11, we look forward to talking to you again, potentially up here. A couple spots better up in Victory Lane.
All right, thank you.
Josh Grosso will finish P3 here, that number 43 machine. Good looking hot rod for him tonight. And obviously, we have to talk about it. The paint schemes and everything, the throwback night. We put a little bit of an aesthetic filter on tonight's broadcast, just to make it a little bit more grainy. Just because it is, it's throwback weekend, and we want to do everything else. We did have like a different filter we want to throw on, but it looked a little bit too jarring potentially for some other people on the broadcast. So we decided to stick with this kind of grainy kind of look here. But definitely what a weird race. Obviously, a lot of cautions for the first half of the race, and then after that first half kind of got done, the second half was relatively clean. We had a couple of cautions after stage 3 started, and obviously we had like a 50 odd some run there at the end, and it went down the fuel mileage. And Angel Hernandez, Isaac Wilson, only two who were able to save fuel here. Obviously, we just talked to Josh Grosso, who was kind of the first guy out of the pit stop guys who got it home today. But congratulations to Angel on his first win of the season. Let's go ahead and take a look at your unofficial race results here from Darlington as we get that pulled up for you guys. Obviously, we talked to your top 3 finishers tonight. Well, Isaac Wilson nowhere to be found, but we talked to Angel and Josh. We'll see Isaac comes home P2 behind Angel. Justin L. Johnson will come home with the P4 finish, and he needed a good finish to continue to move his way up through the points. Obviously, the 24 of Thomas Flynn did not show up tonight. And once again, that 24 makes his way up inside the podium. Not with Thomas under the banner, but Isaac brings it home P2. But regardless, Thomas didn't show up tonight. Justin comes home with a P4. That'll really help him in the points. Will Austin back there in P5. Joey Maines, Nicholas Johnson, Cody Meadows, Chris Bishop, and Shane Johnson come home, running out the top 10. All these guys laps down. And you see that. 2 laps down, even for 9th place here. A lot of interesting calls here. Austin Reedy, Parker Strander, Jeff Weimer, Don Blazier, Terrence Preston, Bob Wyckoff, Craig Lautenschlager, Charles Roberson, all these guys all out early. Like, I would say the only cars who were running on track was probably 10th on back, I would presume. So, really, really interesting race. But we'll continue to look through your finishers tonight here from Darlington. The 19th right there, Emily, your race in the 19 machine will finish 19th. Rhea Ferris, the top 21 for her. Steven Sear, Bartaj Maan in the 38. He was really a dark horse pick for me, but unfortunately got caught up in a couple of wrecks. Had to park it earlier. David Anderson in the 97 comes home P23. Mike Iskandar, Justin Barkley, Gabe Ledger, Eric Jorgensen, Eugene Thorne, Chris Otto, Mark Gonzalez round out your top 30. Christopher Walker, Blake Hullett, James Spoles, Matt Medler, Rodney Roberts, Ryan Treadwell. You'll see the couple drivers out on back here. Jason Steptoe, Gavin Austin finishes killing of the field here. Obviously, all these guys back here got caught up in a wrecks and stuff further on back, but definitely an interesting and a unique race to call here tonight. Lots of wrecks, lots of caution, and it ended under a fuel strategy race. So, and definitely interesting to see here, up in an HVTV booth. But I think it's time to call it a day here. At least a race here from Darlington for week number 10 for the season 11 of the iSNF Cup Series here for the Throwback 250. A little PSA. So, at least for the channel here, I've been brought up and asked if we would want to potentially do some hosted stuff here on the channel, and we're going to continue to do that. So, depending on when the Xfinity race the O'Reilly Series race gets done, around, I would say 9 or 8 Eastern, we are going to, I would say 9 or 10 Eastern, actually, because I would like a little bit of a break to get some food in my system and get ready for that. But we are going to be running some open hosted lobbies here, High Velocity TV, after dark here, and do some hosted lobbies and have a good time. We'll be up here calling some races up in the booth once again here. I think it's going to be Truck Stega and Gen 6 at Echo Park Speedway. So look forward to that. Look out for another broadcast later on tonight for some more hosted stuff, just for some fun to give back to the community and everything else. But we appreciate everybody coming out and watching the broadcast tonight. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and consider giving a like on the broadcast if you enjoyed any part of tonight's broadcast. I'd really appreciate you guys considering hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell notification to know when anytime we go live here on the channel. But besides that, my name is Christian Delgado, your lead producer, commentator, and owner here for High Velocity TV. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Saturday. If the O'Reilly race is up, I haven't been keeping in touch because I've been following this race. If the O'Reilly race is still on and going, enjoy the rest of that race. And we'll see you in a couple hours or so for some more hosted racing here. And then enjoy the Cup race on Sunday. We'll see you guys soon. I love you guys so much. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace out, guys.